What's up, y'all? It's your man Loudkicks here with another episode of Loudkicks Podcast. And today is real special.
True.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm energized. You know what I'm saying?
True.
I feel like I need some push-ups.
You feel me? I'm about to go pick up a weight.
You know what I'm saying? I feel good. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not just a regular episode, y'all. We got the one and only, Brianna WIlliams, Miss 3 Keys Fitness. You know what I'm saying? How you doing? Yeah, how you doing? I feel inspired. You know what I'm saying? I'll give you some sit-ups or something. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, for some reason, I just feel like stretching looking at all those bands, and I don't ever stretch.
Yes. Oh my goodness, you don't stretch.
I don't.
See what I mean?
I tried it. Not tried it, but I
got
did
yoga
for a
starting
bit.
here on Thursday nights. You should come.
See, I already feel like I'm slacking.
See?
True.
I feel like I'm slacking.
Y'all got to stretch.
Like, what am I doing with life? You know what I'm saying? That makes sense because my knees is bad. You know what I'm saying? You thought I would have learned from, tearing everything in my knees, but I ain't learned. So that's what's up. That's what's up. But thank you for being on the show.
Yes,
you know
thank
what
you
I'm saying?
for having me.
And inviting us in your space. This is dope. This is dope.
Yes,
So,
a lot of space.
Facts, hella space. You know what I'm saying? I feel hella motivated. Don't stop. Don't quit.
Bro,
Don't give
I read
up.
that and was like, Jesus.
What? Let me have another bad
Remember
day.
that when you walk out the door.
What's up?
Facts. Let me have another bad day. It's cool if I pull up. Like, I just get the motivation real quick. So, I love the space, man. This is real dope, real inspiring. And if you in the city, come pull up, man. You got to pull up and check her out. But nonetheless, man, let's just get to it, man.
Okay.
So 3 Keys. Where's the?
Yes.
Tell me about the name and where it come from.
Yes. So the 3 keys that have helped me be successful in life, whether it was my personal, my fitness, or just in my career aspirations, has been effort, consistency, and perseverance. And so I have always just been wanting to help other people, and if I can help them through my journey and let them know how I got to where I was personally, through my fitness journey and with my career, it was through those 3 keys. And so that's where 3 keys come
That's where it comes from.
Yes.
That is solid. and it's crazy because we had my friend Grayson on, and he's out in Charlotte, and he was saying it's crazy how our lives have a lot to do with what we create.
Oh yes.
You know, so and I just want to know why those 3 words. What made those 3 words?
So effort. You just gotta show up and just give it your best. In everything, even if you think that you're gonna fail, give it your best effort. There's been plenty of times I'm like, what am I doing becoming an entrepreneur? But I always give it 100% every time and show up with that effort. Consistency, you got to be consistent with everything too. Each time somebody walks through my door, I want them to feel the same love. I want them to feel the same energy every time they come through my doors. And then perseverance, and you got to push through. So when you come in here, you're going to work. And I'm going to just encourage you, you're going to push through when you get through the doors.
I just put those in my notes just so you know.
He read a lot of books, so yeah. He read a lot of books. You got to read them every day. Like, man, okay, I can do it.
True.
And even as hard as it may get, as long as you show up, you're consistent with showing up, and you push through, something will come.
That's what's up.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Even when, after you get done working out, y'all, if you got to, let it all out, that's good.
Yes.
That means you had a good day. You know what I'm saying? You had a good day here at 3 Keys Fitness. You know what I mean? That's what's up. Because I'm telling you, as soon as the door, I'm setting up, I was like, damn, let me hit some push-ups. I just feel like I got to. I just feel like this has to be done.
Bro, I'm telling you.
or I'm in the wrong business. So but before all that, give us a little bit about who you are. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Are you the first one in your family to do the fitness journey? Just give us tell
Yes,
us about you.
I am. I was telling him I'm 35. I'm knocking on 40.
But she's not knocking. She's not even. She's just now walking up the.
You're still
35-year-old. I have 3 beautiful girls. I have a 13-year-old, 11, and 3 years old. But yes, I am the very first person, I think entrepreneurship-wise and just my immediate family, and to go on the fitness journey. That's a good question. Now that I think about that. Yeah,
I just want to know. I just want to know where it came
yes,
from.
yes, I would have to say so. Yes, I am the first one.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Because I didn't know if somebody had you get up early. When you was 10.
Nah, you know what's crazy? I have never played a sport in my life.
I was about to ask you.
I
Never.
never played a sport in my life.
No track, no volleyball.
No
nothing.
track. I tried. I tried, but nope, never.
Crazy.
Never. I just fell in love with the fitness piece probably back in 2016. I fell in love with fitness, and then
Wow.
yeah.
That's crazy.
That's beautiful.
Ain't that
Yeah.
crazy?
It is.
Not
Yeah.
even the dance team, like, cause I see, you know, like that's crazy.
I love to dance, but no. I tried out for pom pom at high school. I didn't make it.
You went to Heights too?
Yep. Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
We got another Falcon in here.
You feel me?
Yes.
That's
We got another
crazy.
Falcon.
Yeah.
Dang, that's wild that you never did anything but look at you now. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? That's crazy. So for anybody that's, I guess, just starting, you know, or maybe in the space to where, you know, they may not know who they are because of their body situation. You know, some people go through it. Some people go through depression because of their bodies and all that. May not know where to start and all that. So, like, have you ever been that person, and what got you out of it?
I was definitely that person. Believe it or not, 2000, probably majority of my life, I've always been heavier. And 2019 is when I was my heaviest at 220 pounds. Okay. So yes, I have definitely been there. And like, so 2017, I got into fitness. I was heavy then, not that heavy, but I was, in 2017, I was heavy, got into the fitness, and then, you know, went back and got, you know, body shaming myself and all of that. But it was just a matter of me finding something that I love to do with working out. Right. And step has just always been something that was always fun for me. And it didn't feel like I was working out. I felt like I was going to the club. And
don't spill it.
Because it's good, it's good music. And after I got done, and then I started to see results. And then after a while, you become addicted to the process. Yeah. And you become addicted to the results that you see, which then in turn, when you look in that mirror and you're seeing those results, then that confidence starts to build. And it's really important, especially with me raising 3 girls. I didn't want them to see the body shaming. Like, you got to appreciate what I have learned now, that you have to appreciate yourself every step of the way. Whether you got one roll, you know, you just got to appreciate it. Right. Tap on it and love on it.
You know, exactly. It goes both ways. You know, if you got a roll, if you don't.
Yes,
you know,
you just.
You know, if you don't. If you want that, you know, it's okay. You know,
yes,
it's okay.
Appreciate every step of the way.
Exactly. So, and I ask that because, you know, especially being a black woman, you know, naturally your body's just different. Our bodies are different. Yes. Even being a black man, like, our bodies are just different. We naturally heavy because what we eat, like, it's hard to say no to collard greens, yams, all that. Neck bones. I just had some neck bones the other day. You know what I'm saying? But like,
it's okay. You know
what I'm saying? Yeah. All right, good. I don't care. You know, I am who I am.
Okay.
But no, I just know sometimes it gets tough. So I just wanted to ask you, you know how you got through that, and then not only so, what would you tell like your clients that come in? You know, 'cause I'm pretty sure vulnerability, like the gym ain't nothing but a big place of vulnerability.
Yes.
Everybody trying to work on, you know, something or get somewhere. You know, it's a big space for that. So like, how do you work with those clients?
You know, I just tell them you know, the biggest part is just starting and showing up. When you just show up. I try to create an atmosphere here that everybody knows that everybody has to start somewhere, and create an environment of encouragement. And even in my membership group, you know, we share ideas with folks about eating, because I like to eat. I wasn't 220 pounds for no reason. I mean, I like to eat, and even still, but you have to figure out a way to incorporate some of your favorite foods and twitch them a little bit.
100%.
You know, so like with spaghetti or pasta, and any, you know, protein or wheat pasta, chickpea pasta, just making those small changes. Yes, and those small changes help make the biggest difference. It might take a little bit. That's another thing I tell people too. You know, I think social media paints this picture of, you know, I think I like BBLs and going to get surgery to take stuff off.
You feel me?
And stuff like that. But
the butt not even moving.
Yeah. I mean, but you can get there, but it takes time. You got to have patience with yourself. And that goes back to just appreciating and yourself all the way along the journey, every piece of your body, throughout your health journey. And not, I mean, because at the end of the day, it's really a mindset change. Because even if you go get a BBL, if you ain't changed your eating habits and the way you think about eating, you really ain't solving too much in the long run of things. You're going to gain it back somewhere else. So it's,
Now you mad at your arms.
Yeah, now you
I got all this ass in this arm.
Now I got to go get it.
You know what I'm saying? That's crazy.
Yes.
So,
and I would say too, I know you asked, you know, how or what I did in those times of feeling, you know, either low about myself or just how I kept kept pushing. And it truly is just showing up on those days where you don't feel motivated is the days that you really got to push through. And as women, we got a lot of other stuff to worry about. We got menstrual cycles and stuff, where we got depression that comes along with that, and you ain't feeling, you tired, and you got to keep showing up. And you show up for yourself and not anybody else. I have done that before as a woman. I think that we sometimes feel like we got to look a certain way for somebody, for a man, you got to look and show up for yourself.
And I think that's
hard lesson to learn.
That's dope.
And that's a big thing.
Yeah.
That's a big thing. Showing up for yourself,
Yes.
you know. And like, cause it is good dudes out there that be like, you know,
I like
hey,
it.
man, go to the gym. Like, damn, nigga, like that's your girl. You're supposed to be encouraging. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to be uplifting. Like, you're supposed to, you know, like if you feel like that, nigga, go with her, cause you might look bad too. You know, you might be encouraging her not to work out. Nigga, like, you know, it might be on you. You know, so as far as dieting goes, so you know, so you getting out that phase and everything. What was the hardest thing to give up? And then, you know, how was that transition of just dieting and changing?
Sweets. I'm a sweets person.
That's crazy.
Oh my gosh. I don't have to have candy, like the hard candies, but cakes, a good pound cake, crumble cookie, cupcakes, like that. Oh my goodness. That's
insane, bro.
Yeah.
My only weakness with sweets though is a brownie. Like
Brownie
I just
ice
cannot
cream,
resist a
facts.
brownie, bro.
Yeah.
Fresh brownies.
Don't let it be warm and put the little ice
Exactly.
cream
That's what
on
I'm
top.
saying.
Yeah.
Or
Go to
don't let it
bed.
be a microwave around,
Yeah.
because I'll warm it up myself.
Now I'm asleep. Shit, I wasn't gonna go to the gym.
Yes.
Bro, I'm telling you.
Yes, sweets are my crutch, and so I'm not a person to deprive myself. Now I'm gonna still have it, but back in the day when it would be like I would get this big of a square and 3 scoops of ice cream, then I cut that down and I might get a smaller square. And what has helped me too is I chew gum a lot, especially when I'm having my craving times. I'm a feed that craving. But then in order for me not to keep going and over divulging, I gotta chew that gum.
Keep the jaws.
Yeah.
Okay, keep the jaws moving.
I never thought about that.
Right
I never thought about that, chewing gum.
Yeah,
For me, you know, you find little things that work.
Yeah,
It makes sense though.
Yeah, a lot of people have like different cravings. Cause I can't chew gum too long. Like I said, my jaws start hurting. A lot of jaws. Like, I don't want this. Like flavors don't be lasting that long. Extra ain't really extra. Like shit like that.
Okay.
Like you know what I'm saying? Like for real. Like shit like that. I spent $250 for nothing.
And that's my go-to cum because it's only 5 calories.
For
5
real?
calories.
See, and all that. So, and even the education part. So, even that,
Yes.
like calories, paying attention to what you.
Oh my goodness. Yes, I try to stress so much. I think some of my people that come, they think they have to like not eat. They think they got to go on these fad diets, and no knock, because at the end of the day, whatever works for you, works for you. But also at the end of the day, as long as you are in a calorie deficit, it's going to come off. Yeah. And as long as you burning more than you burn. So whether you're doing keto, whether you're doing, Herbalife meal replacement shakes, as long as you not taking in more calories than what you're burning, it's going to come off. You just got to find what works for you. And for a lot of people, keto works. I just encourage people to do something that is a lifestyle change and not go down to 800 calories a day and think that that's sustainable.
A permanent change.
Yeah. If you want, it's not a change that you can sustain. And I always just try to show people, my journey. It took me a good year and a half, and I'm still working at trying to get some things I want done, or what I want my body to look like. Right. But again, it's a lifestyle change, and so if I want to have that brownie, I'm gonna go have me a brownie. If I want a piece of fried chicken, I'm gonna go have it.
Exactly.
But I know that I can do that one day this week. The rest of the week, you got to do right.
And it's just discipline.
It's discipline.
At the end of the day, it's just that discipline. It's that discipline. So you're the first mother we have on the show. So with you being in the fitness and everything, how important do you instill that into them, or do you just let them kind of be kids and let them grow into it themselves? Like, what's your approach?
I try not to be too pushy about it, especially with my 13-year-old. This is it's just that period where you're really kind of getting to know yourself. And so I try not to be too pushy. We all go through the pudgy stage. I mean, I went through it and stayed in it for a little bit. But,
absolutely.
And
was terrible.
So for my kids, I try to encourage them. And but what I had to do is stop cooking separate meals for them. So when I meal prep, if I'm meal prepping chicken, now we might do chicken quesadillas for them, but I try to use a lower carb tortilla, still use cheese, still use the chicken I'm using for my salads, but I just try to introduce them to things that way. I don't buy a lot of the snack foods.
Oh, wow.
I'll buy some, but a lot for myself, because like Oreos, I will eat a whole sleeve if I gotta.
What, bro? For some milk?
Man, I can't. I just so and just making small changes like switching to almond milk for their cereal. So it's just small things that.
How did they like that switch?
My oldest, not at all.
I would say, because a lot of people, I really couldn't. I could tell the difference, but I couldn't at the same time.
Yeah.
So when we did it them years ago, I was like, I guess.
Yeah. She didn't. She didn't adjust too well, and still, she wants to eat chips. She could eat chips for dinner. For a while, it was Takis or something like that. But yeah, it's just continuously educating, and then being the example is the other biggest piece. My 13-year-old is actually an extreme instructor, so she can lead my classes if I needed her to. When I got COVID back in November, she led my classes for me because
that's hard. 13.
Yeah. Stepped in.
Yeah.
Y'all, come on. Y'all It's like she got to realize we're not that active.
It wasn't playing at all.
My knee hurt, young lady. Hold on now.
Yeah, and my 3-year-old, she came along at a time where mommy was kind of already in that mindset and had made that switch. So she is completely, she don't do too much of sweet. She's good with her I don't have to force her to eat vegetables. I don't have to force her to try different things. So the 3-year-old is, there's them older two that's like, come on. I even made something. So one thing that I've learned to do is, like, if I'm making spaghetti, you can shred up like your carrots and celery. If you grind them up really good and mix them into your pasta sauce, it's another way for them to get their vegetables in.
You said don't do that.
I said never do that. Nah, I ain't gonna say don't do that. That is wild.
It's another way for them to. And we use ground turkey. We don't eat beef unless we're out and we eat a burger or something. Yeah. So it's just the small changes.
Yeah. Dang, that's crazy. So you said cut up the carrots and
just shred them up real good.
Put it in your blender.
And then put it in the pot. No, like you cook it with the sauce. Ooh. So that it's like you can't really, because it's all mushed up.
Really? See, I'm gonna have to try that because I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna want carrots in my spaghetti. I'm gonna be upset. Put this in here.
Carrots don't have a really distinct taste.
Right.
They're not really strong.
But still, it's a lot.
They didn't even know it. I told them afterwards, because they was like, "Oh, Mama, I have to get it." Because sometimes my healthy stuff, they be like, "Mama, like I don't want rice and chicken and vegetables because that's like my staple." But last night they were like, "Okay, Mama, this is good." And then I told them afterwards.
That's the thing though. Like healthy food, a lot of people think it tastes bad.
Yes.
When really, whole time it really tastes good.
It really does. Yeah.
Because that's the stuff that you like season your food with. Most of the stuff that you've eaten.
Yes.
That's crazy. I had a bean burger?
Like a black bean burger?
Yeah, them things is crazy.
Nah.
You left me hanging. Did I put you on?
You did. I had some of those. Them was crazy. I couldn't believe it. So and that's what almost made me make the change. But my thing is I can't get rid of certain foods. Like I can't get rid of fried chicken.
Don't say can't.
For me, I can't. I'm not getting rid of chicken.
You don't have to get rid of it.
I'm just saying, like if I wanted to try like going vegan or something like that, those are the hardest.
I don't know that I could go completely vegan, but I don't mind
it's not hard.
You vegan?
Yeah. I've been vegetarian vegan for 2 years and 2 months.
Yeah, I can't do it.
It's not hard.
Shit.
Yeah, I don't know.
I couldn't do it.
It's not hard.
That's why I say to each their own. I just
imagine being at Thanksgiving.
See, that would bother me.
You over there eating a salad.
No, but don't they have like a certain? So this girl made me. I went somewhere and she had an appetizer. It was chips and queso, but it was like made with. It wasn't cheese. I don't know what it was, but it was
probably a nut cheese.
It was good. Like wheat.
That stuff's pretty good.
I don't know, but it was good. I was shocked.
A lot of that stuff is good. I don't buy a lot of like store products, like the frozen stuff.
You good?
A little bit. I get down a little bit.
Oh, all right.
I ain't do everything. We ain't never talked about cooking.
Wow.
I'm playing. Nah, that's cool though. That's cool. So, all right. So let's get into some music because you step to music, right?
Yes.
So how do you? So let's say like you're in your class. How do you balance like what type of music you play to, like you step to and stuff like that?
Yes. So a lot of Boosie, a lot of Wipe Me Down.
I heard R&B at the beginning, but now we're talking about Boosie.
So I love to step to R&B, but it's extreme hip hop is what I teach. And the founder of Extreme Hip Hop, he literally, truly took like some of the biggest club bangers, like Swag Surf, Wipe Me Down by Boosie. what's it, Booty Me Down by K-Style.
Yep,
It's like
all that.
That's his
you know,
favorite
all
song.
the good,
Going crazy.
yes, all the good club hits. And so I love anything I can groove to. You know, now I'm not I'm trying to think of an artist, a rapper that I'm like, I can't quite, it's too much.
I can name a few.
Like lyric wise, it's too much, or just like
No, like it
music-wise,
just, the
it's
music, it ain't, it's like it almost has to have kind of an R&B flavor to it, something
Is
that I
it the
can
newer,
groove to.
somebody in the newer class?
Yeah,
you
like
would
this
say?
newer stuff.
It's a lot of the newer stuff that doesn't have that
I
R&B
can't
touch.
get with it, but I mean, like we step to Tupac, like we can step,
Yeah,
we step
that's-
to big, yeah.
It has
So,
melody.
Yes, thank you, melody. That's what I'm looking for.
Okay,
It
for
has
sure.
to have a little melody to it.
For sure. So before we get into like this field, who are some of your inspirations? Who was you looking at? Like, you know what? That's all right.
You mean like from a fitness perspective?
Yeah, from a fitness
Oh,
perspective.
yes. There's this Instagram girl that I follow. Her name is D. Nicole Monroe. I absolutely love her. She was one of my, that's just who, that's my girl. If I ever meet her, like, I don't know, I might be fangirling. Like, that's, yes. But yes, her. And even locally here in Wichita, you know, there were several women whose boot camp classes that I used to take. Group exercise has always been more appealing to me before I learned how to like lift weights and stuff like that on my own. Group exercise was always kind of what got me to my goals. And so you got Jondalyn here, Chantel Williams, who does like liner size and things like that. And those two women, Jondalyn, you know, but when I got started, she brought the creator of Extreme Hip Hop here to Wichita back in 2016. And that's when I very first fell in love with step. And then I loved it so much, I was doing it. And Sean, who I used to take her classes too, she encouraged, she was like, girl, you need to start teaching at the Y. And at the time, again, I just wasn't in a place where I felt confident enough that I could really like teach. Like, nah, I'm just going to stick over here to my HR degree and I'm just going to do my HR thing professionally. But then when COVID hit 2019, it was like, forget it. He's doing virtual certifications. I'm going to go after it. And then it just kind of took off from there. So locally, Sean and Jondalyn, and on a celebrity level, Miss D. Nicole Monroe.
Yeah, and I
That's
see
my
you.
girl.
Yeah, and I see you like traveling and stuff. So like when you travel and everything, like we talked a little bit off camera, but like, what have you ever like traveled and like went to somebody's step class and was like, you know what, mine is a little more intense, but like it was cool what they did. You know, how often does that happen?
That happens.
Where you probably thought like, man, this is gonna be cool, this is gonna be cool, and it was like, could have went a little harder. Like,
Yeah,
you know what
so
I'm
I think, like I said, every extreme instructor has a different flavor. Like we have some people that are certified to teach other things like mixed fit and things like that, so they mix that into their classes.
Okay.
For me, I love strength training, and so I always try to incorporate some of that into my step class. So there might be a point during my step class where we stop and we use the step board, but I might have you do 10 jump squats, 10 reverse lunges, and 10 sissy squats, 3 rounds back to back. Because I love strength training.
That's why my mama ain't came back.
Homie, Sherry, like, ooh, I'm just tired. Just tired.
Yeah, so
I don't want to talk to nobody.
and I have to really find that balance because some people truly just love to step, and there's a balance where it's like, but that's what makes me me, and that's what makes my stuff different. But some people just, you know, they just want to come to step, like it's a real, because it's fun workout. So I still do it, but you know, So I've gone to other people's classes, and it's like, okay, but you know, this is a nice groove, but I'm ready to do something else to get my heart rate just a little bit.
Just a little more,
Yes.
more. Okay.
Yes.
So we got this thing on the show called What Would You Ask, right? And you said you like music, so I'm gonna give you a few like R&B, few hip hop people.
Okay.
And this, what would you ask them? Okay. So it's just, all right. So you said Tupac, so what would you ask Tupac?
Ooh, Tupac. I don't know. That's a great, I don't know what I would ask him. I don't know. Go to somebody else. I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know what I would ask.
That's fair. That's fair. You got one?
What would I ask Tupac?
Yeah.
I'd ask Tupac. I wouldn't ask him what his inspiration is, because I know his inspiration was his childhood, but it'll definitely be something about like his upbringing though, like being like the offspring of like his aunt Asada Shakur, and just what was it like growing up in that environment.
Did you say his aunt?
Yeah, Asada Shakur.
That ain't his mom? Oh,
his
wait.
mom is Afeni.
My bad. Sorry.
No,
Pac like, what?
Wait.
Don't ask her no more questions. That's what's up. All right, so we're gonna kind of switch it up with you. All right, so you're in the fitness. So I'm gonna ask you, instead of what would you ask, what do you prefer? Okay, so do you prefer in the summertime stepping outside or inside?
Ooh.
And what's the benefits? Outside, of course, getting more sweat. But for you as an instructor and a teacher, what's the benefits?
Yes. So for me, outside, I do like stepping outside for the exposure. So I like to go to different parts of Wichita. Like we would go to different parks and step. And that always like, oh, what they doing over there? Like as they driving by, some people would stop and ask. So from a marketing perspective, I like to step outside sometimes in the summer. What was the other part of the question?
What do you prefer?
What do you prefer? But preference inside.
Inside.
Yeah.
Ain't got to do no mosquitoes. True. Ain't got to do
I've gotten a couple shades darker sometimes stepping outside. So yeah, I prefer to be inside.
Okay. So would you rather? All right, what kind of food would you rather? Would you rather have a bean burger or would you rather have a nice salad? Now, with the bean burger, you can add whatever side you want. But which one would you choose?
I'd probably choose a salad.
Really?
Yes.
So what do you put on the salad when you like? When you're in your field?
So one of my my go-to right now is almonds, like sliced almonds, cranberries, a little bit of feta cheese, and raspberry vinaigrette.
Ooh, yeah, I could. Yeah.
You said you couldn't? What?
That's just a lot.
That whole thing was out of fire.
That's a lot of what I don't eat.
You got to try it. So that's
all
one
it
thing
is
I
with
have
him.
learned. Like you have to be open on this journey to try new things because apparently what you've been doing in the past ain't working. So you got to try.
True.
Exactly.
You got to be open to try new stuff.
Yeah, you said feta cheese. I'm like, what? What?
And you was just waiting on the meat part.
Yeah, I'm like.
And chicken too, or salmon, whatever I put on there. But that combination is, I like that.
Okay, so all right, chicken or salmon? Which one do you prefer?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Probably salmon.
Wow.
Gotta be.
It don't gotta be.
It gotta be, bro.
Shit,
Salmon
give me a
is-
good chicken, I promise you.
You don't like salmon?
I used to love salmon.
Oh, I forget.
That was like my
Yeah,
favorite.
he's on different islands.
I'm just over here.
But salmon is just, if you cook it right, it's just the right juiciness and, the crisp on top.
Okay.
Yeah, salmon is
So,
fire.
so what do you like? What do you prefer, a bigger class or more smaller, more intimate class?
That's a really interesting question. So when I very first started, it took off. I was growing out of spaces. I was started with like 10 students, and then I had a wait list. And so I had to move to another space. And in that space, I grew to like 25, 30 people per class, and I had wait lists, and people couldn't come in, or we didn't have enough space. My members believed enough in me because I was like, I cannot be an entrepreneur. And they was like, girl, you needed your own space. Got this space. And, there's been people back in the, back to the walls in here before. But, as seasons change and, you got COVID playing a part with group exercise and things like that, I used to think that bigger is what I wanted, but I have thoroughly enjoyed my smaller classes of like 10 to 12 because, I don't know, it's a more intimate setting. When it's that big, you can't even get between the people to go motivate. I mean, you can, but you by the time, it's so I don't know. I like to be in the middle.
So being that it's multiple, is it multiple classes per day?
Yes. So I
teach. And you exercise all of them, or you interact in all of them,
Yes.
Oof.
Yeah, I teach most days. It's either 2 or 3 classes a day, and then I get my own personal workout in during the day because I like to strength train, and so
Wow, she getting to it.
What, bro? I know you defeat everything on your Apple Watch.
Everything going around twice.
Daily move goal.
Yeah, but I asked like every creator this that come on the show. You mentioned how you started and then things took off, but in the beginning, of course, it was probably like difficult. You believing in yourself and things like that. So just what challenges did you face going into this field? I'm saying, before everything, of course, took off and all that. But like, what challenges did you face like internally that people probably don't see outside of you getting in space? But
I would say internally believing in myself enough that I had something that people actually enjoyed. Although it was something that I enjoyed,
Right.
and naturally it didn't really feel like work, or it didn't feel like, because it was something that I enjoyed doing. But still, like branching off and taking that leap into entrepreneurship when you've always been corporate America. That was probably my biggest struggle. And then I've never really, like on the business side of things, like from corporate America world, that's one thing, but like having something on your own where you wear all the hats, like you the CEO, you got to maintain your books, you got to maintain marketing. But yes, starting off, and that was a challenge too. I've always been super conservative when it comes to social media. So just posting, updates about my kids, or at the time, my husband and I, so to actually have that much exposure and be like the face of something where it's like, if I don't post, like how you gonna get people to come in your stuff if you don't post stuff? And so that was a big struggle for me. And then like as I started to see results myself, encouraging people to trust me with their health journey and getting them to where they needed to be, finding that balance of like, what's too risque to post? Like, is it sports bra and leggings? Is that too much? But you want to show? And then thinking of my kids too. Like, I also don't want to, so I don't want to, portray the wrong thing to them, so that balance that was a challenge.
Make it deep.
It get deep. That's the things like people may not think of, or may not see, because it's like you really have to take all those into account. You know what I'm saying? Because like you're the face of this.
Yes.
So it's just
I had to always have people tell me like, "Girl, just post it," and I was like, "Okay, but what if?" Or like, maybe I should. All the time.
Yeah, and it's like after you post it, you're like, I was overreacting because it's nothing. I'm just showing off my arms, like, you know what I'm saying? Look at this. Like, y'all can have this come to my class. Like, you know what I'm saying? The whole time you're up in yourself the whole time. You feel me? Yeah, that's crazy. So as far as like, that's all it is. That's okay. You know what I'm saying? You want the same thing, come with me. Like,
yes.
So as far as like a team, have you ever had a team? And then how was that transition from, some people, we talked about this a few episodes ago, some people being with you on the rod, and then some people having different aspirations and all that. So how was that transition?
Yeah, so at first it was just me and my daughter. She was running she was doing my marketing. She was doing all my videos at the beginning, all my flyers. But when I very first started at the very first studio, this young lady, Camille Scott, she's like my heart. She walked into my doors, and at first I didn't know how to read her. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, she was like stone-faced. I'm just here to do this workout. Bye when it was over. Like, but then we grew, and she was actually kicking off her virtual assistant business that she was getting ready to launch, which was just perfect timing for me. And now, fast forward almost a year later, she has become a part of my team, and she does all of my social media marketing for me. So it took that burden off of me, and all those challenges I used to have with like posting and like, oh my gosh, what do I post and how do I post it? How is it going to sound to other people? She handles all that for me, and she was truly a godsend, because I used to pray, and it's like, Lord, I don't know what I'm doing. I feel like I'm walking in my purpose, but I don't know if this is the right step. And it would just be like people would come, and like solutions would come, and I didn't even have to like really do anything. So Camille, she's a part of my team. Another young lady, Abby, she started with me, and she just became my like a brand ambassador from the start. Because I didn't know how I was going to get out there, but she played a huge role because she posted all the time, and her TikToks and her I don't even do all that. The
it's a lot.
and
TikTok,
stuff.
I love watching that. It's a lot.
Yes, it is. And she played a huge role in getting that out there. She just would post my classes all the time, and then both of them together. I'd never met them a day in my life, but they are two of my best friends now. And if Three Keys is then they here to make sure it gets taken care of. And then I've had a couple of students that have become extreme instructors too, and one of them in particular, she's an instructor, and she now teaches classes here. She does some of my beginners classes. So I would say I didn't really have to necessarily face a lot of pains with getting a team. Thankfully,
but the right people came.
The right people came, and we just meshed well. So
That's dope.
It's been a blessing.
That's dope.
That has been a blessing.
Good. So the transition from, you mentioned corporate world.
Yes.
So what things do you take from the corporate world, if any? And then what things are you like, you know, because once you become like your own boss, you know, I should say, you see how like really messed up the corporate world can be.
Yes.
You know, so what things did you take away and what things did you leave in the corporate world?
So I would say from a corporate perspective, I really feel like, and this is probably going down a different rabbit hole, but looking back, because I went and got my undergrad and I have a master's degree, but looking back, I'd be asking God, like, Lord, if this is where you wanted me to be, like, you could have saved me on them student loans. Lord, I could. We didn't have to go this route. Like, you could have just told me, nah, go here. But anyway, I've always been in the service industry. So I started as a case manager for the county, helping the mentally ill, then moved on to kids with mental illnesses and worked with folks that were addicted to drugs and that type of thing. So the development of people, as I look back, has always been like my niche and where I really thrived at. I went into HR, got my undergrad in HR, and even what I've always been known for in my career in HR has been that I don't take the approach of, okay, is you fired? I always try to work with the managers to say, nah, before we go all the way there, like, what have you done to help coach this person to make them successful in this job? Before we just get to, we just got to terminate them. So all of those things, like the development of people, learning that the importance of engaging with your customers, that I've learned throughout HR, and then taking that feedback and actually using it. Customer service always being top notch. All of that stuff from corporate America, I think, has really set me up for a successful 3 keys.
Oh, successful 3 keys.
Yeah.
Always comes back.
Bro.
Yeah.
Always comes back.
Effort, consistency, and perseverance.
Perseverance.
Yes.
It's fire. It's fire. It's
amazing.
So that's good that you can compartmentalize what you learn. You know what I'm saying? That's always important. I think with a lot of entrepreneurs sometimes, especially that start from the corporate world, they adapt that mentality, of, only, how can I say it, relationships for gain. You know what I'm saying? Instead of relationships with purpose.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I want this relationship to work, so, it's a purpose for it, instead of a game. So it's good that you compartmentalize that and everything. So I see you got the shakes up there, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the popular one? What's the most popular? For 3 keys?
For 3 keys, for a while it was the 3 keys blend, which was like pineapple, blueberry, strawberry, cherry, with like a mango twist to it.
Amazing.
That was really popular.
You open them all?
Mango.
Only during the week, but I think that one, strawberry cheesecake and banana nut bread, are probably the 3 that are. And so that's what helped me. So I just said I'm like the sweets person. So we even have one called chocolate chip cookie dough. So when I first got it started, I went to a facility that had the group fitness, and then they had the shakes afterwards. And so that was what was successful for me. And so again, I'm always about just sharing what has worked for me. You see if it worked for you. And so that's why I combined the 2 with the workout and the shakes, because it worked for me. But I like sweets, and so like banana nut bread, it kind of satisfied that craving for me, and it's a meal replacement. So
yeah, I might need one. And then we said during the week, I'm gonna stop in. For sure. So before we get out of here, we got this thing called Words of Encouragement. But before that, talk to us a little bit about your merch. Where can we get the merch? Where can we?
This is Extreme. So again, I'm an Extreme instructor, so I always try to make sure I promote Extreme. I do have some 3 keys on up underneath here that I'll show for 3. It's just a sports bra. These will probably go on my website probably in January. Okay. Of this year.
What? True.
Yeah, I wear it all the time, but yes. So 3 keys, little sports bra. Am I on? Like, can you see me?
Yeah.
Oh.
You stand up.
So it's not like a full sports bra, but it's like a little tankini.
Okay.
Cool. Off your arms,
I'm with it.
Not too much midriff.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what's up.
But yes, they'll. So probably at the top of the year is when. But my website is always up. www.3keysfitness.com.
I'm about to say, where can we find
Yes, and merch will probably be added at the top of the year in January.
Okay, so merch. And what about recipes? Do you got recipes for the shakes or anything?
That's a good idea. But no, I don't have recipes on there for the shakes. But if my clients or my people ever want to buy the actual product. They buy it from me, and then I just share with them all the recipes that I have.
Perfect. Please let me know, because I'll get, I'll
Yes.
buy some. I'll buy some. Okay. Now we
Yes.
have merch for men as well, or just women's?
So my T-shirts are unisex.
Perfect, okay.
But now we ain't got no tank kings for the.
Yeah, it's cool. I'm not a tank guy. I said, as long as you got T-shirts, it's so we can support.
You said you know? Okay.
Man, anyway, yeah. I'll leave that to y'all. That's what's up. So, like I said, at the end of every show, we got words of encouragement, and this is where we leave. Basically just with some uplift for people that's out there, that's in the same field, and that's going through like certain struggles or just going through certain hiatuses. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes.
what do you got to say for the week going into this?
So let's just say, I'll start from a business perspective as far as words of encouragement. I didn't believe in myself, but if you have something and you have a gift it's burning inside of you, go after that. Take that leap. It's worth it. You got to put some work in, but take that leap, because if you, it's just, time waits on nobody. And what I have learned is just that you have to, and when people aren't there to encourage you, you got to encourage yourself and really believe in yourself and the product that you have to deliver or the service that you have to deliver. So just take that leap and just keep working at it, keep chugging at it.
Love it.
Because believe me, in entrepreneurship, there are days where you're looking like, Lord, how am I going to keep these doors open?
Facts.
Stay prayerful, stay encouraged, keep applying that consistency, and it'll all fold back in. It'll all fold back in.
Facts.
Love it.
I hate going second, because how do you follow up on this stuff?
Yeah.
That is so
you
hard.
should be used to it by now. You gotta write stuff down, man.
That is true, but kind of just the motivation I got from this interview, really, I'd say just, keep the faith. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, so, just put whatever it is that you want on your calendar, and then just keep going towards it. Mm-hmm. Keep the faith.
Oh, I love that. That was good too, man. Look, now I gotta go
bro.
back. See, y'all appreciate me too. You know what I'm saying? But no, only thing I would say, especially like in my case, personally speaking, things are finally, like I said, I was going through a storm, but getting up out of that, you know what I'm saying? So my biggest thing I want to say to y'all is just stay dedicated. You know what I'm saying? Just really stay dedicated and just know, like, what she built didn't happen overnight. You know what I'm saying? What we built didn't happen in one episode. So just stay dedicated and keep your head down and just know that consistency will build. You know what I'm saying? The only way a flower grows is if you keep watering it. If you water it one time, it's never going to grow. You see what I'm saying? So just keep watering it and just stay dedicated and just stay consistent. Like I said, if you believe in it, you know what I'm saying, other people will too. Just stay consistent. So again, I appreciate you. Where can we follow you at, and where can we,
my Instagram is 3 Keys Fitness, and then on Facebook it's 3 Keys Fitness. That's it. 3 Keys Fitness. Instagram and Facebook.
Everywhere.
You heard that. 3 Keys Fitness everywhere. All right.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. This is Loudkicks, man. Miss Bree, again, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank
All
you.
right. If you're in the city, come holler at her. All right.
Let's
Loudkicks
work.
stamped it. All right. All right. But until next time, y'all. Holler at y'all. Peace.
Bye.